Hi again guys, and welcome to another installment of Ultimate Exotics on Forza Horizon 3. This is a review series where we compare the supercars, the hypercars, even the mega cars on the Forza games, in particular Horizon 3 in this episode. And this car is not just another supercar, it's not just another collector's piece, as some cars can tend to be. It's a vehicle which can back up all of its pedigree, all of its lineage, and all of its potential, at least on Forza, with some pretty amazing performance. This is the second quickest car on Forza Horizon 3, at least as far as I'm aware, second only to the Jag D-Type, and it's a monster, put simply. Now, how does it compare, not just in terms of straight line performance, but also in a broader sense? Well, let's break it down and compare it to the other cars to find out. First of all, we have that handling, and actually for the handling on the EB110, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, and that may seem to be a little bit higher than you might expect. And the reason why is because, as with all of these scores, I take into account not just fully tuned form, but also stock form, and everything in between. And it has to be said that the EB110 has surprisingly good handling. For a car of its era, where supercars were known, generally speaking, for being pretty leery, one of this car's main rivals, the Diablo, was notorious for it. This car is very composed, it feels very technically proficient, which it was, and it's a fantastic basis to work with for tuning. It's not perfect, it can definitely be outmaneuvered, but it's very good, and certainly a lot better around corners than the Veyron. As far as acceleration goes, well, of course, no surprise to anyone, it's a full 5, especially with that Veyron Supersport engine conversion. This thing is a beast in a straight line. Off the line, of course, mid-range, of course, but it's that top-end acceleration in particular where most supercars would be beginning to peter out at around 260, 270. This one doesn't. It plows way past that, over 280, even to the mid-280s or even higher sometimes. That's incredibly quick, and it gets there so quickly as well. So of course it's a full 5, and not even in fully tuned form. It's excellent in the S1 class also. As far as top end speed, well, we kind of touched on that then as well, but it's a full 5. Of course it is. It's, as I said, one of the quickest cars in the game. It's the quickest supercar in the game, hands down, and it's a monster. It doesn't even need to be fully tuned to dispatch most other supercars with relative ease for that top end speed. As far as value for money though, I'm going to drop it a tiny bit to another 4, and the reason why isn't because it's bad value, not at all, a 4 is still a very good score, but because at 1.7 million credits, which it is definitely worth, it's quite simply not as affordable as some of its rivals. Stuff like the newer Ford GTs, the Noble M600, the Ultima GTR, cars which are genuinely very good, some of the best in the class in fact, are significantly cheaper, many times cheaper in fact. Now I'm not saying don't buy this car, and it's not bad value, but the simple fact that they offer insane performance for so much less means that it simply wouldn't be fair to give this car a full 5. And finally, for its usability, I'm actually going to give it another 4 again, and the reason why I'm not giving it that full 5, despite the fact that it's great in S1, S2 and X classes, is because yes, its range is great, but at the same time you need to use this car very specifically on tracks which allow you to get the best out of it, in particular its power. So for manoeuvrability it can quite easily be outdone by many other supercars, and overall that means that I'm giving the Bugatti EB110 a score of 88. But that's it for this pick overall. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.